Hi everyone and welcome to a Theme Park Worldwide News Update. Silver Dollar City, that's located in Missouri, USA, have announced their new edition for 2024. It's set to be a completely reimagined version of Fire in the Hole. Now in this video I'm going to share all of the details about this new addition to the park for next year, and along with that talk a little bit about the former version of the ride that is still operating at the moment. I'll go into a bit of history about that, share all the details about the new ride, and of course a little bit about Silver Dollar City too. I visited this park for the first time and absolutely fell in love with it. It's gorgeous. It's the theming, it's the rides, it's the shows, it's walking around this city and it's been fully immersed in it, which is amazing. And of course I went back this year and took Charlotte for her first visit as part of our USA road trip back in June, and she really enjoyed it too. It's a gorgeous park, one of the best theme parks anywhere in the world in my opinion. They win various different awards for that too, and you know what? I'm really excited for this reimagined version of a classic ride. Now, the original Fire in the Hole opened back in 1972, and yeah, in terms of the ride experience, it's more dark ride than it is roller coaster. However, it does feature some roller coaster elements with a couple of small drops, a splashdown. And yeah, throughout the ride, you're actually climbing up through all these different scenes. And of course, it was quite dated. However, it was a classic ride and it's still operating at the park until the end of the 2023 season. And of course, it is a bit of a fan favourite. I fell in love with it when I went on it for the first time. And I was really excited to know that I was getting it again before it closed. Because obviously we knew there was going to be some sort of new version coming in, but we didn't know the exact details until the announcement by Silver Dollar City yesterday. Back in February this year, they announced that this was going to be the final year of this version of Fire in the Hole. Someone was going to replace it. There was a lot of rumours, speculation, but nobody knew, apart from the park, the exact details what they were going to be doing. But until, yeah, this big announcement that was made yesterday by the park. But yeah, the original ride, it was quite a nostalgic experience, and you could tell the ride system, it was quite dated. It needed some upgrades to it. But instead of kind of shutting the ride for a year or 2 years and doing them upgrades, what they decided to do was keep it operating and then build a completely different show building, much bigger, and also, of course, the ride system's been completely upgraded and it's a brand new ride in a new show building to replace the former version. So that's what's happened here. Now, this also means that the park isn't going without Fire in the Hole, because it is a classic, it's a staple, and it has been for a long time. It's not so much a thrilling experience, it's a family roller coaster dark ride, and that's what so many people love, and that's what I love about it. And when this announcement was made yesterday, I was watching the live stream from the park, and you know what? That they know so well that this ride means so much to lots of people. People have grown up going on Fire in the Hole and shouting Fire in the Hole, and they're going round because that's what people do. And it's nice that the park realised that it's a classic ride, they needed to upgrade it, they need to make some changes, but they've gone and done something completely new, which I do really like. So big respect to Silver Dollar City for basically building just a big modern version of this previous ride from 1972. But yeah, it's going to be built in a brand new climate controlled show building, which means it'll be able to operate throughout the year, which is great when it's really hot outside, when it's cold, when it's raining. Of course, it's a big building, which is fantastic. The size of this show building looks like it's probably going to have a lot of internal queue line. The old Fire in the Hole didn't really have that. But again, there's loads more details that we still don't know. As much as this is going to be a similar ride experience to how it was before, it's a bigger show building, it's a better ride system, and we know there's going to be some additional surprises and theming throughout as well, which is going to be great. But let's get into the facts, shall we? It's actually going to be manufactured by Rocky Mountain Construction. Of course, a lot of people shorten that down into RMC, and they're known for building a lot of big thrill rides out there around the world. They're hybrid coasters, transforming all the rides, ground up coasters. They've done some great things. Something they haven't done is a family coaster. So this is the first for RMC, and Silver Dollar City obviously went back to them because, yeah, they were very impressed with Outlaw Run, a coaster that they opened at the park, and it was very successful. And obviously they've decided to go back to RMC to do the reimagined Fire in the Hole, which I'm really pleased about. So yeah, it's really unique. RMC going more into the family market as well as their thrill market, which is very interesting to see. I wonder if any other parks might think about bringing in RMC for a family coaster or dark ride project that we've got going on here, which is quite interesting. Now, Now, along with that, we've got some stats about the ride. It's going to be 1,512 foot long, 2 minutes and 51 seconds. I'd say that's a similar sort of ride time to the previous version of this ride that's going to be closing at the end of the year. Along with that, it's going to have a top speed of 26 miles an hour. Again, similar to how it was before. I do like the fact they're not kind of making it this big thrill and intense ride. You know, they've got that already at the park with Time Traveller and Outlaw Run and other great rides. They're keeping it that classic family dark ride, but just completely modernising it. More safety standards, bigger building, more climate control, bigger, more impressive theming and set pieces, and that's really nice to see. They're keeping the charm and nostalgia of the old one, but making it a little bit bigger, a bit better capacity, and of course this is going to last for probably another 50 years, which is great to see by Silver Dollar City. Now, it'll feature a powered incline, so how this is going to work throughout the ride, you're not just going to go up one lift hill, you're going to gradually be climbing up, and as you are climbing up, you're going to go through 14 different scenes on the ride. Some of those, of course, going to be very similar to how it was before. I'd imagine we're going to see a lot better effects, maybe some projection mapping, that sort of thing, some better lighting, some better effects inside there. The old stuff was good for its time, and obviously they made upgrades. However, this is a complete rebuild. It's a completely new show building. It's really tall as well, so they're going to be able to do a lot more when it comes to the props and theming in there, which I'm really looking forward to. But yeah, there's going to be 14 scenes. It's also going to feature 3 drops, including that splash finale that the old one had. Little drop into a water splash, that'll be great, and I'm so pleased that they've kept that. So yeah, really can't wait to see the detailing on the scenes, because it was great before. I really enjoyed it. I'd imagine that the reason why they've done this, as much as the park haven't really said why, I think it's more the ride system was probably outdated and needed a lot of work. Secondly, a lot of the theming was looking quite tired and needed refreshing. And the third reason, capacity. You know, Silver Dollar City's popularity has grown so much. They can make this a lot more high capacity, as I'm going to talk about in just a second, with the amount of trains this is going to run. And also, yeah, just completely modernise it, refresh it, make it safer, more reliable, and yeah, all round a very good decision. Kind of keeping a classic, but completely rebuilding it pretty much, and not even closing your old one until they built the new one. I love that. People haven't had to go like a year or 2 years without it. The old one closes, the new one opens, which is fantastic. It really is. So yeah, 14 show scenes with lots of enhanced special effects, which I'm looking forward to. Now, let's talk about the train, shall we? RMC, going to be interesting to see how they look compared to like their other RMC trains on the thrill coasters. But yeah, as we can see just here, looks like they're going to have some big wheels on the side. That looks interesting, a bit like a fire truck to fit with the theme. It's going to run 5 12-passenger trains. We can see it will feature a lap bar restraint, similar to how the old Fire in the Hole was. However, this version is going to feature state-of-the-art onboard sound with a new soundtrack that's being created for this as well. And I loved the song that they had in the live stream yesterday that the park did, and that was really nice. But yeah, I love the fact that they're going for onboard sound. That'll really enhance the story a lot more. Instead of just listening to scenes going on, you know, it's going to be there behind you with the sound system, which will be great. I love coasters and rides with onboard sound. It really takes it to the next level. Audio is a huge part of the experience on any ride, so it's nice to see that Silver Dollar City have thought about this with their Fire in the Hole 2.0, as a lot of people have been calling it. But yeah, that's going to be great. From a capacity point of view, 5 trains with 12 riders per train, that's pretty good. So yeah, that's going to be fantastic. I haven't worked the maths out there yet. That's pretty good for a ride time of what, 2 minutes and 51 seconds, almost 3 minutes. Yeah, it's going to have a pretty good throughput, which will be great. Certainly better than the old ride, which is good to hear. Now, along with that, it's actually going to be part of the Fireman's Landing area. So basically, Fire in the Hole was located in a different area of the park, kind of near more some of the western buildings that they've got, like the saloon and some of the other venues, some lovely restaurants. And yeah, with this new one, it is being put into the fireman themed area. Now, of course, that opened much after the original Fire in the Hole, called Fireman's Landing. There's a small little S&S tower there. There's a couple of flat rides, beautifully themed. And if you check out the vlog, you'll see that from earlier this year when we visited in June. And I did film the show building, of course, that you could see for this in the back. We didn't know the details, we didn't know the name. And yeah, just going on to the name, I'm so glad they're keeping it with that. It didn't need to be anything else. People know that, it's got the brand, people know that that's the ride. So yeah, I'm glad that they've kept that, the nostalgia of it as well, which is brilliant. But yeah, what they're actually doing is changing the name of Fireman's Landing now, and it's going to be just called the Fire District. So yeah, it is a city after all. They've got a mayor at Silver Dollar City. So yeah, it is going to be the Fire District, and we're going to see some other changes, I'd imagine, around the area. They've already said there's going to be some new food and beverage, some new retail going in around there as well, which is interesting, related to some of the characters from the ride. So that'll be really nice to see. And yeah, some great new merchandise, I'd imagine. That's something that Silver Dollar City are really good at. But that's all the facts and figures that we know. Of course, throughout the video, you've seen some concept art there that they have released. And you know what? This makes me smile. It makes me really happy because I love the park. I love how much people love it. You know, like when I've been there chatting with a lot of people who've been going for years, a lot of locals, a lot of regulars. And you know what? There was a bit of concern about, oh, we're losing this classic. But actually, you know, you're just getting it, but bigger and better and more reliable, more high capacity. In my opinion, there's nothing not to love about this project. They knew how important that ride was. The ride system had probably come to the end of its life and needed updating. It's like, for example, one of the things that was really old on there and definitely need updating was the restraint system. So the lap bars, you kind of had to hold them up whilst you walked through to put bags on the station. You know, they wouldn't stay up into that locked position. Obviously, they were locked when you're going round, but they wouldn't stay up when you walked through. Like getting on and getting off was the thing on there, you know. So I'm really pleased with what they've done with this. I'm very excited. And of course, it's not just exciting for the ride coming back in this new form. Also, this is the start of a new chapter, a new era for Rocky Mountain construction. What else are we going to see them do? We'll be following it here at Theme Park Worldwide. And yeah, I'm really excited to see what happens in the future. There you go, Fire in the Hole reopening in a brand new version at Silver Dollar City in 2024. Very excited for this project. We'll definitely get out there and check it out at some point in the near future. It certainly won't be like 4 years before I get back to Silver Dollar City. Love that park. And yeah, we'll have to go and check out the new version of Fire in the Hole. Thanks for watching Theme Park Worldwide. I'll be back with more news updates throughout the week. Lots has happened over these past few days in the theme park industry, and I'll keep you up to date here on the channel. That leaves me with one final thing to say. Get out there and keep on riding. See you in the next video.